So another bit of a mad dash today. Doing 4 minutes over. Hopefully Copart let us in. Fingers crossed, need to check on the transportation app. But we're picking up a Polo. Now it's a Cat N, it's done 39,000 miles. It don't look like, well hopefully, fingers crossed, it looks like there's not much damage to it really.
I've not seen the pictures.
Not seen the pictures. It's a very late car. I don't think we've ever done one. We haven't never done a Polo that is this.
How old is it?
2017.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's quite nice. So we're literally just about to pull into Copart and, well, we'll either be going home empty-handed or we'll be going home with the car. We got in. I don't know how, we've got in. We're 10 minutes late. Well, to be fair, there's a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mateys in a renter van getting a motorbike. Don't know how we got in there. We've cut it very short now, 2 times, but let's get it off and see what it's like. Right, so we've been loaded so fast, I haven't even got time to get my the camera out. That's our paint went before. It's all rusted. If that wing's full of filler, then that'll be a new wing on that. They're relatively cheap anyway, because obviously these models go from 2011 right up to 2017. The dent is still there. Do you think that's been done before?
No, I think that's probably...
But, well, this is the damage. So you're looking at a wing, bonnet, headlight. The bumper, I'm hoping that'll go again. Can't really tell too much. I think that bonnet was a
sprinkle.
Don't think so. It didn't say out on the listing, and they normally do.
How many miles is done?
37. Nah, screen ain't gone. Screen's fine.
2 keys.
2 keys with it. Need to go and get a logbook. Got the logbook with it. Is there anything in the glove box? No. Okay. Well, there's the old headlight. Found the old headlight. Not bad. Come on, let's see whether it starts. Both keys with it. Maybe the battery's dead. Battery must be dead on it.
What?
Battery must be dead.
There's no lights coming up.
No, lights are coming up, it's just not. So it's coming up on the dashboard, it's gone away now, but it said the battery's low on it, so what?
Battery's low?
Yeah, it's come up on the dashboard. Yeah, no, we'll have to do it when we get home. Well,
I'll get the logbook.
we'll get the logbook and we'll get the truck. So we're all picked up, it was a bit of a rush. We didn't really manage to have a proper look around the vehicle because we sort of needed to get away. But yeah, I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, it's alright. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of dents around it. There's a dent in the sill. The interior wants a bit of a clean, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But I mean, the most annoying thing really on it was that looks like the wing, the other side wing has had a bit of filler repair and a bit of poor paintwork on it, ain't it?
Yeah,
but
should we do it?
Well, yeah, we'll either redo it or see how much I can buy a new wing for, and we'll just put a wing on it, because we can't leave it like that, especially not for a car this new. It's never been through the auction before, so it's obviously just someone's private work that they've done to it. But yeah, overall, it's a nice little car. We don't know whether it starts or anything yet, so I might be eating my words in about half an hour when I get home. But I'm gonna jump back on it, and fingers crossed it starts. It says start and drives at Copart, so. So by the time we actually got home, it was dark and the camera quality was quite poor, so we ended up leaving it for that night. We dragged it to the workshop in the next morning and we unloaded it. Now I did forget to show you guys me starting it, but it started up after I charged the battery on it first time and it runs absolutely perfect. So now I'm just starting stripping off the front bumper. I've just got a friend there to help me take the bonnet off because I don't want to scratch anything. And there's quite a few more bolts on these Polos than there are sort of your Fiat 500s and Vauxhall Corsas. Some say it's because they're built better, which I would say they probably are, but of course there is a bit of a premium with German stuff. I'm just going to carry on taking off the front bumper, and now there's a bit of damage to that bottom crash bar, so we're going to address that. The front bumper is now off. We can have a little look at the damage behind it. Now you can see this crash bar here has all been bent. Is that pull? You see how weak it is, because look, I could just pull that back into position. So you can see actually how fragile some of the cars can be nowadays. Obviously this bracket here is broken, we got that, need to undo that. And I'm just going to really start stripping a bit more of this front end. You can see a bit of damage there. That's going to have to get his hammer out and do a bit of dollying restructure that how it's all meant to be. But overall, so far, quite happy with what I've seen. Just got to get stripping it more, a little bit down more now. Just got to get stripping it down a little more now.
You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, but I don't wanna jinx it, baby. Let's not get ahead of my time. Oh, but I don't wanna miss you, baby. So I stand up and speak just my mind. Oh.
The wing is now off. We've come off actually very, very easy. A lot easier than the Fiat 500 wings. Obviously I had to take the wheel arch liner out to get to it. But having a look in here, definitely no structural damage. The way they put this seal on is a bit weird. It does look like it's done by hand, not a robot. It looks a little bit messy. But yeah. Can't really see anything. Obviously you can see the inner leg bit here. It comes off, it's all bent, it's going to all fettling round and moving back over to its original position, but that leg's nice and straight there. And yeah, I'm going to have to try and save these stickers on the bottom because I don't know whereabouts. Well, see, Volkswagen might do them, but they might sell them as a whole sticker pack. So I don't really want to be paying out for a whole one of them. So if I can try and salvage them, then happy days. You can see on the bottom crash bar where obviously it's had a poor repair before, nobody's bothered to mask it up properly. Not the end of the world. That wing, like I showed you guys, is going to want painting again because somebody's done a very poor job on that. I tried straightening out this bottom crash bar here. Don't get me wrong, it's come out a bit, but it still needs to come out a little bit more. Which is a bit of a pull there. I did try and do it with the long bar and a bit of chain, but it's the first time I've ever done it, so it's a little bit awkward. But yeah, we'll just keep plodding along and see what else we can find. So now I'm literally just starting off by stripping off the front bumper, taking the front number plate off, and now I've just got to sort of take all the grills out, all the little bits that hold it together. That underguard, that pops out quite easy. I think there was just 2 screws in the end, and then it just sort of pulls out. I used a heat gun, apply a bit of heat to it, it just sort of warms it up and makes it a bit more easier to pull out. So now I'm just starting off with the first bit of repairing to this front bumper. So now everything's stripped down on it. I've applied a bit of heat to the back of it. I don't want to do the front of it because if you warm the front of it up and you do a bit too much, you end up burning the paint. So I always do it on the back of it, warm it up, and then I'll just sort of push it in with the other side of a screwdriver, and it sort of just does take its original position. And then just on that corner bit there, it was also pushed in, so I'm warming it up again, and you can see that little snap-on screwdriver I've got there, just using the back of it and just sort of pushing it down and letting it sort of work its magic. And then Dad will come along, probably put some filler in it, and then prime over it. So the last thing you guys would have seen is me stripping down the front end for the Polo. Now the lights are off at the minute because the camera on my iPhone keeps flickering them no matter what I do. So we'll quickly run through it. So obviously I stripped all the grills out of it. It was damaged down there, that's all been repaired and primed. The whole bottom's been primed of it. Now that's just all ready for wet flat. The rear quarter as well, that was damaged. The paint was cracked on the inside there, so Dad's primed all of that. And now that's all ready for paint. We've got one of the wings there. Where's the bonnet? Oh right, the bonnet is on the car. That's also been wet flatted. So it's literally all just ready now for paint. Putting it back together. I still need to find a headlight for it. That's proving quite difficult at the moment, but I'm sure one will pop up. Headlight and what else? A grille as well. And then that's this car done. The interior's filthy, so that's going to want a bit of a valet. But yeah, apart from that, it's we're cracking on with it. So as predicted in the morning, Dad come in and put a skim in that front bumper and then primed it. So as what you see now is Dad just going over it with a, I think it's a 200 grit on a low setting. It might be a 360 though actually. So he's just going over it, roughing it up, and then I'm just going over wet flat and the rest of the bumper. Obviously he's not going to paint the whole thing, so I wet flat over it, and then he ends up painting that corner and then lacquering the whole bumper, and that way you get a better match on the other side. So it's all been wet flatted and ready for paint now. Bumper is all been, well, that's all been DA'd, masked up. Now that's ready for paint. Why have you not put that in there?
Because it's only going to go over that little bit, it doesn't matter. I didn't want it to go all over this.
Oh, okay.
There's all the bits on the inside. Because you can't wet flat them, and you paint fresh paint over, then start, because you can't key it, it'll just flake off.
Oh, okay.
So you better just mask it up.
So that's been wet flatted. That's been wet flatted. Obviously, we're not going to paint the back of that bumper because it's already white. There's no need for it at all. That's all been wet flatted and prepped, masked up, and yeah, we've got the heat lamps going.
Got the other paint shop over there.
And we're literally just, well, we've just put a fan on, so all the heat's about to go. So we'll have to make the most of the lamp, but I'm going to set the camera up and we'll get painted. So you guys are going to see quite a few bits of painting in this video. Now obviously I can't run them at normal footage because otherwise it would take us absolutely ages. So I have sped them up slightly. Dad's just going around with the airline now and he's painting it, and then when you can see him holding the trigger onto it, it's obviously not the paint, he's just blowing air onto it, which makes it dry faster. And he's being quite gentle with it. He's obviously the temperature that we're spraying in, we're not spraying in an oven, so we can't go and throw loads of paint on. So he just puts a couple light coats on first, and then he can properly apply the paint.
You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby, and twist myself at the spine. Don't wanna overthink it, baby. It's just twist your body and mine. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me.
Sometimes when it's too cold, it just wants to disperse. So if you give it a light dry coat first, like a little sticky one, then the next one won't do that. Shouldn't.
So after some wise words of wisdom from Dad, we're going to start painting off this bonnet. Now the bonnet is actually a white, as you can see, but it's the wrong shade of white. So that's obviously why it needs painting. Now Dad's just going over it. A couple of the bits that I've wet flatted I went through on the paint, so that's got to all be painted. Now the back of the bonnet we're not going to be painting because obviously you're never ever going to see the colour match, and it's just be a waste of paint and a waste of time. So we're just going to carry on painting and then move into the rear quarter.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're chilling wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're chilling wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight.
And now speeding it up, it is time for the lacquer. Now the lacquer is one thing that you don't want to mess up. Obviously after you've painted it, lacquer is the last thing that goes on top of it, and if you mess it up then you've got to take it all back again and redo it, and it can become a very, very big headache, especially with fresh paint, because it can start to pickle and it just basically opens up a can of worms. So you want to be really gentle while applying it. Be careful not to put too much on, because like I said, if it does run then you're going to be in trouble. But I'm fairly confident Dad will be able to smash it out of the park. So it's all painted up now. It was a bit difficult. Yeah, want to talk through it?
Yeah, had a bit of a issue with a bottle.
Right, oh right, yeah, so I'll go into that first. So, I've seen a lot on TikTok and YouTube and stuff like that when I've been watching body shops, that they spray a lot of their panel wipe on with bottles.
I've never done it.
He's never done it, but it saves you putting it on the rag, so I thought it'd be a good idea. So, when I got a bottle, £1.20, and I sprayed it on. Didn't spray it on the rear quarter, didn't spray it on the bumper, but I sprayed it on the wing, wet flatted it down, and then was painting that, absolutely fine. Painting the bumper, absolutely fine. Went on to paint the wing, and
all dispersed silicone.
yeah, it all dispersed. It just literally just looked like it just fell straight through. So it all had to be wet flatted back through to get rid of it. Panel wipes again, and then redone again. So, and that literally probably took what, 45 minutes, half an hour. Took ages. Too long.
Make me aged.
Yeah, but it hasn't done it on the bonnet, so that's good. But yeah, that's definitely a lesson learned. But I think that bottle would have been fine. Well, it would have been fine if I'd have rinsed it out. But yeah,
It might be, I don't know, when they make the bottles, they have release agent, like silicone, I don't know.
don't know. But it's all come off shiny enough, and obviously the temperature in here is, we're not putting it in an oven. It's like the temperature in here is what, probably like 10 degrees.
Yeah, it's dropped quite a lot.
So trying to paint, obviously you can't put enough on. You've got to be patient with it, because if you put too much on, then it'll just run. But there isn't no runs in it. No runs in the bonnet. The paint work looks good in it, considering it hasn't been buffed or needs buffing, sorry. But yeah, let's go on to that rear quarter. Rear quarter's good. So it's just a case now of just unmasking it, letting it dry up, taking it outside and seeing what that paint match is like. Yeah, paint match will be alright. Well, on the rear quarter it looks good. So yes, just finding the headlight for it now, and then that's it. It's the following day, and I've only just got to the workshop, but Dad has got here earlier on. And he's beginning to put that back together. That bumper's going to be painted today, that's for another project. But he's also put the bonnet and the wing on. There it is. That's all been fitted up. So the wheel arch line's got to go back on it. And I need to find these little stickers on there, because when I took them off, they all stretch. But right now I'm going to start building up this bumper. So apologies guys, I did actually forget to record myself building that bumper back up. Obviously I had to put it back together exactly how I undone it, which is very simple really. Put all the grills back in, put the fog lights back in, and then as you can see there, I'm just messing about with the plug, trying to get it to fit into the fog light. I was having a bit of difficulty there. Dad put it in, and then we just basically shaped up the bumper, put the bumper back on. Do you see there, Dad just patting it back on, and I've started screwing it back up. Now the only thing left to it now is to put that grill on, and that will be it. She can go home, she can be validated, and then hopefully she'll be sold. So I actually completely forgot to document this part, but I've done half of it, the other half I haven't done. I've started wet vac in the seats, that one's done. You can see how filthy that is. Yeah, driver's seat's actually even worse. I don't know if the camera can pick that up. I've already done that one, look how clean that looks. Yeah, it's really easy to do these actually, because of this half leather. So I've got the gorge out, it's about 20 years old, and we're just going to get working on it. It's cold today, so I just want to get it done. So this is now the last bit on the Polo. It's absolutely freezing.
Cold.
Dad's been at the workshop today. I'll give it a valet. I was going to video it, but it gets a bit repetitive after a while. I will show you guys the seats now, because look at that. Look how much of a difference they look now compared to what they look like. You guys saw before, they was absolutely filthy. They've cleaned up really, really nice. The whole interior has to be fair. Yeah, we'll just go around it a little bit. It does want a few more things doing to it. I'm going to put a 4 years MOT on it. I'm also going to put 2 brand new front tyres on the front because they're very low. What else do you want doing to it? And it literally just wants this sticker being put onto it. I've ordered it, but there's no point in delaying the video until that comes. But yeah, there's not really much left to it. The colour match on the wings are very good, aren't they? That's all perfect, that's all perfect. Headlight fitted up, all right. So now it's just got a little niggling few things to get done with it, and that's it. It's yeah, it's literally only just run out of MOT as well. We normally put 4 years on them anyway, but literally just run out. Every corner of it is really, really nice. As I say, it's one of the latest cars we've had, and it's definitely the newest Polo we've had. Yeah. And well, it's one of the it's actually one of the most expensive bits of salvage that we bought. So yeah, this is now up for sale. If you guys are interested in it, then there'll be my email in the description box below. Pop me an email on there, give me your phone number, and I'll give you a call. But with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Go and follow my Instagram, all my latest updates from there, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye. I'm just quickly cutting in just to say that it's done 39,000 miles. I've got both keys with it, logbook. I think it's got all the paperwork with it. I'll have to double check. It's going to have a 4 years MOT put on it, and bye.